Happy Fire Alarm Friday, and welcome to the next system test. So today's system test is going to have a coding option that I have never done before. It's also going to have a device that I have never used before, so should be a pretty interesting system test. I got the enunciator up and running again, as it turned out in the last system test. When I opened up the enunciator, I managed to snap one of the fragile wires on the Cat5. I absolutely hate this crap on my system, and I want to change it, but gotta wait for the budget to tell me otherwise that I can do so. But anyway, I think we're going to use the enunciator for the most part today. I might do a little bit of coding option changing on the panel, but for the most part, I think I'm going to let the alarm itself actually do a lot of the coding option work today. Because it's a pretty cool alarm, and it's not one that I've seen very many people have yet because it is pretty new. So that'll be exciting. So anyway, I guess now, as usual, we have the notifier NANN80, just a basic enunciator there. Over for the pull station, we've got a new addition to the collection. This came out of that fire alarm parts lot. It's a notifier BGX101L with the addressable module removed. The reason this one was pulled out of service was because one of the pins here on the side of the device that actually holds the door shut, or actually holds it all together, was missing. So I took a paper clip, trimmed it down, and bent it back into place so that this station could work a little bit better, and it seems to work just fine, because otherwise when you opened it to reset it, the whole front face kind of fell off and was hanging off by one pin there on the side. So I think I've got it working pretty well, and it's my second BG10. My other one is just a standard screw lock, and of course the plastic inside broke, because that's why the BG10 was discontinued. That plastic breaks so very easily if you over tighten the screw, and so the key lock version came out, and yeah, this one seems to work immensely better than the other one. So up here we've got a wheel lock LED remote exceeder strobe. You've seen this one quite a few times in my collection. This one is actually going to be helping us out because the alarm next to it does not have a strobe, and you might be thinking that this is a speaker. It is not a speaker. It is actually a Siemens SLFSWW-N. It's a low-frequency sounder. This was Siemens and Wheelock's take on low frequency, and I have to say it's not one of the greatest low-frequency sounders I've ever heard, and I don't attribute that to the FWR output of my panel, because even on a filtered DC output, this is still a fairly raspy alarm. It's got a very aggressive sound to it, but other than that, it's a really cool device. It's not labeled, so it just kind of looks like a speaker, and it's very nonchalant. So to start the test off, I have it set to temporal 4, which you would commonly hear used in carbon monoxide applications. However, the system doesn't have any carbon monoxide devices, so I'm not going to be utilizing it in that capacity. It's just rather a demonstration of the temporal 4 abilities of this device. So yeah, moderator alarm is not going to be used today. It's actually disconnected because I've got plans in an upcoming video that required the wiring harness from it to be used. I needed to use the relay for something else. So yeah, this is currently disconnected, and it won't be connected for a little while. I'm still working with my friend to automate it. It's still going to be a bit of a project that's a ways out. But anyway, this is all that I've got on the system for today. So let's go ahead and get started. Sorry about the jump cut there. I was receiving a spam call in the middle of filming. The audacity there. So yeah, let's go ahead and get this pulled here. So again, we are running in temporal 4. Let me acknowledge the enunciator here. So yeah, it's a pretty interesting tone there. Grab my notifier key here. There we go. So yeah, you can hear just how raspy it sounds. It's not very clear, I guess. Let's go with a silence, and we'll reset here. There we go. Okay, so that's all reset. Now, I'm going to try and see if I can do this while I'm filming the video here. So make sure I'm zoomed out and focused. I'm going to try and change the coding option here from the device locally. So it does look a lot like a speaker, however, it's got a low frequency module in line, and that's where an LED strobe would have gone if it had one. And then over here on the side, you have your coding selection options. So you've got continuous, temporal 3, temporal 4, and temporal 3/4. I have yet to figure out how to use temporal 3/4. I assume it might be something in that you could use this as a multi-purpose signal to sound both for fire and carbon monoxide. However, we're going to bump this one down to temporal 3 there. We're just going to run it in a standard code 3 fashion. So let me go ahead and replace the cover plate on it here. There. And then let's go ahead and use the drill function on the enunciator for this one. So there we go. And we're going to just push and hold. Of course, our strobe is going. Then another reset on the system here. And then while that resets, I'm actually going to put the camera down and I'm going to switch the coding options on the panel so that way we can do march time. All right, and then the last coding option we're going to do here, we are going to do march time. So in order to do this, the device has to be set to continuous locally. So this is now on continuous, and the panel will be coding it to march time. So let's actually go ahead and key activate this one here. Cool. So then, let's see here. I'm going to open up the pull station. You guys may as well take a look at it. So yeah, it was a BGX101L in its former life. I have since removed the addressable module and everything on it, so now it can live as a notifier BG10L pretty much. It just doesn't have the addressable module on it. So pretty basic. You can see down in here where I did my little paperclip fix. It seems to be working fine. Yeah, it holds it in, and then that was one of the original pins. So yeah, not too bad for a device that came out of a lot of scrap pull stations. So let's go ahead and reset the pull station over here. Then we'll go ahead and acknowledge. And as you can see from the last test, I did disable the key just because that's so problematic, and realistically I don't need to use it very often, so the key option is disabled on this. But in any case, that's all I have for the system test, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, everyone.